Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, we did it. Somehow,
we survived.
Yeah, after 3 years after an unexpected 3 years, right?
It's really
somehow,
3 years and
right.
Hold on, I know I just pulled up an episode. How
years
many
ago,
episodes were, Alright, 44 episodes, so 54 episodes in total between seasons 1, so 44 episodes in total between Dino Fury and 10 episodes that they that fell out of the loose pocket to make Cosmic Fury.
You think they fell out of the pocket?
I mean, these are the 10 episodes they were like able to save in the bush in like the house fire that happened when Hasbro fucked them up.
No, this asshole and they just fell out.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like these are the 10 episodes that they were allowed to take when Hasbro kicked them out, right? From the divorce, right?
Ironically, in the 3 years, we've also watched another iconic over 20-year-old franchise come to a close, and I think they're going through a similar thing of save what you can in the great wildfires of closure.
Yeah, but no one's that sad.
Yeah.
Look, David Zaslav can't fire me if I'm quitting, right?
Yeah.
Look, the severance package. I've already got my severance package,
Who is the CEO of Hasbro? So we know all about we've learned so much about the industry and its leaders through this.
Just say Hasbro?
Oh, it's Chris something.
Video?
Chris
was it a game? Was it?
Oh, it is. I found it is. Chris Cox with an S.
It must have been It must have been a game that we were talking about, right? That Hasbro has.
What?
Shit. What was it? No,
It'll come to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's really weird the number of things like Hasbro has Transformers, also Wizards of the Coast, which has Dungeons and Dragons, which has Magic the Gathering,
yeah.
which has I mean, yes, also a bajillion kids' toys and shit. Like, it's such a weird. Hold on, okay. So what was the guy's name? I want to just go deep into
Chris Cox.
Oh, they have Vanguard too? Is that true?
Oh,
that can't be real.
I'm so mad I can't think.
That's got to be Bushiroad.
I'm thinking of.
It says Vanguard Index Fund, so maybe I'm just thinking of that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's Chris Cox spelled with like cock. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right. Chris Cox with an S.
Okay, they have Beyblade, My Little Pony, Monopoly, G.I. Joe, Duel Masters, Dungeons and Dragons. Nobody gives a shit about Action Man. Fucking Peppa Pig, Play-Doh, Play School.
Yep.
Stretch Armstrong hasn't been a thing in like 30 years, guys. Don't take that off your fucking brands. Tonka, Transformers, and Zoids. It's just crazy to me that, like...
There was something that we did not think was a Hasbro.
Man, half of those things you just said were Tomy Takara property and less Hasbro property.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy, like... I mean...
Well, there's actually some behind-the-scene drama about Hasbro and Power Rangers, by the way.
Specifically Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Is this new shit?
So, no, this is half new, half old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tariq, hey, did you Google Chris Cox? By the way,
I have not Googled Chris Cox. Let's Google Chris Cox.
Okay. I think the Google auto-generated bio should show up. Right? When you look up his name, right?
It says Chris Cox is Chief Executive Officer of Hasbro and serves on its board of directors. Prior to being named Hasbro CEO, Chris was president of Hasbro's Wizards of the Coast and Digital Gaming.
Does it say what year he became the CEO of Hasbro?
Right? I'll say 2021. It does not say it. I don't see it there.
All right. It was 2022, all right?
Okay,
The reason he became CEO in 2022 was because the previous CEO died in 2021.
He murdered him.
Okay?
Oh my god.
It was murder.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Did he put him in the master diffuser or whatever the fuck?
A little bit. It's murdered by
He
cops.
wanted to drain his power to make himself master CEO.
According to Wikipedia, die of prostate cancer.
Oh. Don't.
Well, that's much worse. So
Well.
sorry for making jokes. Maybe.
Don't be a fool. Get your oil checked.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So the previous CEO was named Brian Goldner, okay?
Yeah.
Right. He was CEO from what I think 2015, 2014 or something up into 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he was the one that bought Power Rangers from Saban in 2019, 2017, or whatever the fuck.
I see.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right? And the reason he bought Power Rangers from Saban was because it turns out in real life, he and Saban were like really good friends, you know? They're like, hey.
Okay. Alright.
And
Yeah.
that's a fair reason.
Yeah, I mean...
And Saban was like, hey, I don't want my child to be adopted by that couple, you know, right?
Yeah.
So I'll let you adopt Power Rangers instead. You can have the Power Rangers.
Please steal my children, my abandoned children from Nickelodeon.
So
Then
my
it's, I gave it to someone else.
Yeah, so my ex-wife don't get it, you know? I want you to take the children instead.
I was
So-
gonna say, this is like a dog.
Yeah, we're getting...
Like, this is... I adopted a dog. I can't really take care of it anymore. I adopted a dog. I want your dog. I want to adopt your dog from you. Give me your dog.
Yeah.
I take your
Yeah.
dog. And then, I don't
Yeah.
actually have the means to, like, take care of this dog. So,
No,
I'm just
but now
gonna give this
I
dog to someone
die.
else.
But now I die, and the new owner of the dog does not care about the dog. Yeah. So Brian Goldner, I believe, was just a big fan of Power Rangers in general, and was a good friend of Saban.
And then Chris
And
Cox
like,
showed
when
up. So what does...
And
Okay.
he was like, what the...
So he
what the
ended up
fuck
just
is this
fucking-
shit? He's like, what the...
the fuck is a
what
Power
the fuck is
Ranger?
this? Right, yeah, that shit, you mean that shit from the 90s?
Yeah, that corny ass shit. I mean, he looks like a kid that got... He looks like a kid... He looks like, as a kid, he probably wasn't allowed to play Power Rangers with the other kids because his face looks funny.
Oh.
He's got a
He
weird...
looks so much like my fucking uncle.
Oh,
my
that's...
asshole uncle.
That's unfortunate.
I think it's just the hair, the face, and the head shape.
Do you think that your uncle may have changed his name
to Cox?
and
I don't think so.
first name, last name, got into witness protection, became CEO of Hasbro?
Maybe that's why no one's heard from him. And by no one, I mean I haven't, or my mom.
Chris Cox is like as if Guy Fieri went into the corporate world, you know, right?
You really,
Guy
yeah.
Fieri combined with my fucking asshole uncle.
Yeah, if
and
you
get that.
Yeah.
By the way, my uncle is an asshole enough that he was on Undercover Boss at one point. So
That's
that's why I'm like, he's a big ass. Asshole.
It's truly possible. Her uncle could have possibly. He also probably was in the buying for Power Rangers. I don't know.
I doubt he was.
But
Those goddamn Barbie doll children.
oh god. But so okay.
Yeah.
So what does Chris Cox honestly like at this point? Because what you're telling me is that the last.
Apparently he is not a fan of Power Rangers, and he is just like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, right.
Well, based off of everything that Hasbro's
Brian Goldner.
Yeah, but based on everything
Right,
that Hasbro's fucked up for the last like 3-4 years, and everybody getting mad out of their mind about fucking Magic the Gathering shit and Transformers movies and fucking Dungeons and Dragons shit and blah blah blah, and people getting fired and laid off, is Chris Cox just like the harbor? What's his? Hey, does Simon Bennett follow Chris Cox? Does Chris Cox have a Twitter account, and does Simon Bennett follow him?
I don't know how well is Family Dollar.
Oh my god, be fucking
answer's
great.
bad. Sometimes
I have
you
no
put
idea
someone
why.
in charge, and it's bad.
I
Also, my joke about this is, he goes, "What the fuck about Power Rangers?" Because I only have 2 daughters. Power Rangers was not a thing in my girl's household.
Oh man, there's
Sorry, I'll stop talking about my family.
There's just so many. I don't like the looking up Chris Cox in Twitter.
You
That's
should never look that up.
That was bad. I'm gonna go to his
should.
LinkedIn.
Oh, have you checked his LinkedIn? Yeah,
I'm on the
yeah.
LinkedIn.
To see
I'm
his-
on the
I was gonna say,
LinkedIn.
You need to click.
Oh God,
from,
no!
like,
Do I have to?
Hasbro
I
relate
don't make
to
me.
that.
Don't make me log into. What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck is this?
I slayed a vampire lord, stole an airship, and made new friends in quarantine with D&D.
Okay, so I guess...
Okay, the last part is funny.
Okay.
Up until that...
So he's published an article on LinkedIn, which I don't know how LinkedIn works.
Yeah.
And then, but, fucking, this is from May of 2020, where he is talking about, how he made all the fun he had playing D&D for 10, weeks with his friends over virtual stuff, which, sure, that's great. Okay, so, alright, there's join now to see all activity. God damn it. Oh, it doesn't... Yeah, he's just sharing fucking articles he writes about his work. I don't understand LinkedIn. It does not... Wait, hold on. Does he have other socials? Fuck. No, I don't see... I'm not logging into LinkedIn. I've avoided it this long. I'm not crumbling now.
I'm sure if you go through, like, the Hasbro Twitter, he's somewhere related in it. Or following.
Let's see.
6 degrees of
Board of
separation.
Directors. Ooh, do they give us... Is his contact information the Board of Directors?
Is this how we're going to get to the scoop of all this, right? Are we just going to email Chris Cox himself?
I just have questions that I would like answered. Like, how did this come about? How did we get here, you know? Because, look, hey, we haven't actually stated what this... It's the review of fucking Cosmic Fury. It's fucking...
Hey, we're done, yeah.
Yeah, we're done, we're free. But, like, what happened here? What happened? Look, we've already reviewed Dino Fury. We watched all of that. We've watched all of Cosmic Fury now. We don't need to rehash necessarily all the stuff that we didn't like about Dino Fury and all the crazy shit that they're doing now. But hey, Cosmic Fury was... God, that face. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cosmic Fury was a fucking... Yeah, it was a ride. It was a mistake. It was, stuff happened with it.
Right.
I just would not fucking... Oh.
Man, this was weird.
Yeah. This small little venture into, the Power Rangers verse is, somehow...
Oh, wait, did you not enjoy all the mythos we went over?
All the mythos
right? Remember Billy? We saw Billy again. Remember him?
Yeah.
He's back. You
Yeah.
know? Mick? Remember Mick?
Yeah,
You know?
remember how we put him into this show for...
Yeah.
Whatever reason, for all 10 Mick fans? I don't know.
Hey, Heckle? Hey,
Yeah.
Our bad, you know?
Yeah.
Our bad for not making him the Dark Ranger in Dino Charge. Hey, look. You know, but look, now you guys get your wish. You know,
Yeah,
he's the
you
Dark
finally
Ranger.
get to see it, even though it lasts for about 5 seconds and never happens again, and he doesn't get any other scenes in it. Despite the fact that I want to also hit on the fact that there are...
Why are you hitting on things?
Like a hammer. I'm smashing these things. Well, that doesn't sound better either.
Yeah, no,
anyway,
no,
point.
see, you're
I'm trying to bash the heads in on these points, which is this was a season where they, because of, I mean, technically they kind of did it with Dino Fury, but Austin, you and I both know that this is based off of Q Ranger, right? Which was the 11, 13 Ranger season.
Yeah. The 12 Ranger season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the word based on Q Ranger is a huge stretch, you
But
know?
But they're using they're using the Zords from it.
Yeah.
Mick gets to ride in his Zord. Billy gets to ride, like, in terms of like the Q Ranger Zords. Mick gets to ride on one of them and use one. He just takes one over, just borrows one for a weekend to go defend his hometown, whatever, by himself with one Zord, because that's how that works.
Down planet.
Yeah.
Billy uses one a couple of times.
Yeah.
Heckle shows up for it,
you know?
doesn't get to go in one. And I feel like, you know, I'm not saying that it's like that like, oh no, justice for Heckle, but like they had these characters and they clearly had these actors, right? And they just there's so many decisions of what they chose to what they did and did not choose to use or like build up. Oh fuck, I forgot the Birdman. Oh god, the Birdman. Wiseau or whatever. Fucking night. Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah.
Why though?
Is just there's so much weird like character choices
were made.
Yeah,
right,
character choices.
Season, yeah.
Like especially with
right?
Ollie was out of the season.
Back to the behind the scene, development of the show, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm like I said, yeah, we wrote 20. Hasbro said we were gonna get a third season, and they just didn't tell us how many episodes. And then when they did, we already wrote too much, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Right. Yeah, it's all Hasbro's fault, basically.
I mean, it really is. It's such a weird. I mean, and the thing is, I feel like they're unlike. I mean. I don't want to give them too much credit because they proved what they can do with 22 episodes and it wasn't great, right? The 2 seasons of Dino Fury, they really, like, just fucked around and didn't, like, get to the plot, didn't have a lot of interconnectivity, didn't really, like, they kept getting off track and, like, completely forgetting, like, the general plot, right?
I don't know. What do you mean? Look. One of them was in high school. They got high school stuff to do.
No,
right?
one of them was in high school. The rest of them worked at Buzz Blast.
If they worked at Buzz Blast.
If they worked at Buzz Blast. 2 of them were aliens that had no discernible income.
Two and a half of them worked at Buzz Blast.
Except for my theory. Yeah, except for my theory that, again, fucking Solon got deep into investment banking, like, in the 1920s, and they have a fortune similar to the Rockefellers underneath that ship.
Do you think Solon was like the Lieutenant Dan, right?
She
some fruit.
There's actually the reason why Ion is able to make his restaurant in this season is because Solon's actually had the Bubba Gump's slug Florgon? Yeah. But instead of Bubba Gump's shrimp boat, it's Bubba Gump's Florgon boat, and I went.
I'd say it's Baby Goops. Like
Sluggy Gumps, Bubba Slugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of random, but what is this carpet?
In the 7th. Yeah, there's also a
Shit, what was the moment? Like 5:30 or something? Like just the time.
I don't know what. No, we weren't. We weren't at 5:30.
No, we weren't. I didn't remember what the time was. I was making a guess.
Okay.
Are you about the round carpet
the white one with the bad paint splotches that doesn't actually look like it's creatively like a carpet?
Look, it's
like someone's kids spilled their paint on shit.
Well, there's also the couch too.
Schoolie is a teenage alien girl. She thinks that's quirky and cool.
Yeah, all the paint splatters are cool. Also, there's a guitar. I don't know. This is supposed to be her command room, but also her room, and I don't know.
When you're a teenage girl, everywhere's your room.
Let's.
If you have, like, the authority to decorate it, it's your room.
Yeah. Let's break down. So we're talking about all this while rewatching a fucking episode. Let's break down where the factors that we had here with these characters. Starting with the villains. They fucking had this whole thing was brought up as like Zed's back. He's here to be it. And then,
are you talking about specifically this season?
Yeah, Cosmic Fury.
Okay, just checking because we've kind of been all over the place.
Well, that's what I'm trying to pull us all back. Fucking Zed was like the big advertising piece for this, and then he's just kind of interrupted, supposed to be aided by, but just sidelined or has to share the screen time with these fucking squid people at what is it, Bajilia Inc? Squid Inc?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Squid Inc, right? And it's like, I get it for the purpose of giving a reason that Zed is like like that Zed has an army, but the whole, I guess, conceit of the very first episode was that this was supposed to be Zato comes back, is brought back like Gandalf the White, right? And comes in and goes, I have one more mission for the Masters, or from the Masters for us. And then they go off to fight Zed. And then, if Zed had not interacted with Squid Ink Inc., what was his plan after that, right? Because they just kind of show up at the beginning, and they're just like their own weird thing, and they have to balance introducing this villain group. The whole point of like bringing back Zed felt like they should have just been trying to rely on that stuff that's already established rather than invent a whole new group.
Right? Because I assume they had the putty suit by this point.
Yeah.
Right? When they were filming, because this is all being filmed at the exact same time as Once and Always, you know, right? I was like, oh.
Right.
I was like, I guess Chloe's like, no. Hold on, wait, I forgot. Wait, the putties were an American creed. Wait, no, that's
were
the
they?
Neo putties. Never mind. No, that's
yeah,
the Neo.
yeah.
I think the Z putties were American thing. Right? They had the putty suit. I don't know why they just couldn't reuse the putty suit again. You know, right? As part of Zed's big army, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Zetsunos were cool. The Zetsunos were cool, you know, but like, yeah, no, just introduce like this third-party group just to explain Lord Zed's how, and like, I was like, oh man, I don't really need to know how like immediately after Lord Zed got free from the crystal, he went to LinkedIn and looked up the biggest evil person in the galaxy, right? And
I can't pay you now, but
you wanna buy my IP?
I have a great investment opportunity for you if you just front me the capital for this.
That makes kind of Lord Zed lame in comparison to the fact that he has to team up with someone, right? Because his entire slick, right, across his lore, it's like he's supposed to be the most feared evil.
Yeah, the Emperor of Evil. He is the biggest bad.
Yeah, he makes little children so scared to the point where moms had to write in and complain about how scary he was, and so that's why by season 3 they turned his character to comic relief by having him get married. You know. Right?
Yeah,
that's still like one of my funniest behind the scenes facts about Lord Zed. You know, right? The fact that he was so scared that they had to completely do a 180 on his character.
I mean, he was the original Titan.
Yeah. Right, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's really jarring, right? How Lord Zed is back. Right? I mean, right? Maybe how much of this was planned. Right, for Lord Zed, right? When they brought him back the first, I was like, oh, okay, this is just like a weird nostalgia bait, you know, right? Right, this was a one-off thing.
Yeah,
right? They're just doing like this weird one-off nostalgia bit. Then I was like, oh no, never mind. He supports it. And you know that one joke we made in like
we had him come in as like as a throwout, like as a like, oh hey, we're making a little reference episode. Oh, that's cool. It was completely fucking random.
Was Lord Zed season 1 or season 2?
I'm pretty sure it was season 1.
Dino Fury.
I'm pretty sure it was season 1 of Dino Fury.
I thought it was 2.
Let me see.
Let's see. I was just gonna say the season.
No, yeah, season 1. Yep, he was a season. Right, he was back in season 1, and they brought him back. Right, I was like, oh, okay, sure. I guess he could come back again. You know, I thought it was like a one-bit thing. I don't know why you brought him back. Right.
Episode 8. Episode 8 of season 1 is when he's there. Jesus Christ.
Right, it's like I guess, and they're like, oh man, the series, we gotta bring him back, and we'll bring back. Right, they realize, oh well, I guess the franchise is over. You know, Hasbro says they're no longer paying for anything, so let's just end this. Right, so we'll bring back Lord Zed to be the final big bad villain of the Power Rangers. You know, the Power Rangers' greatest foe ever. Right.
Yeah. And also some random new squid people.
Kids love squids, you know, right?
I think that the idea was originally assuming that they had more seasons, so I think Lord Zed was going to go through multiple proxies.
You know, that...
Of having, like, you know, Bedelia Inc., and then they fuck up, so he gets a new proxy. Because he's like, I'm too big to do things myself. If I can get other people to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been... It feels like they wanted to use... Like...
It's an anime when you have like 5 generals and they all come up and it's like, I have an idea. It's like, okay, do that. And it's like, well, you failed, die.
That's right. Speaking of you failed, die. Remember that one dude that got fucking brought in and... is it Bird Guy? Is it Bird Guy that just gets fucking obliterated? No, there's another guy that gets fucking blown up in like mid like atmospheric entry or something on the, like, remember there's like some guy that gets sent, he's like, I'm after the Rangers, and they blow him up before he even makes land, and he's in one of the squid drills.
Yeah.
But like there's so many there are so many weirdos in this fucking what is it? There are so many weirdos in this like season that just happens to that like just pop up, and they're not, it feels like it could have been a season of bringing back certain monsters from different like seasons of Power Rangers, like a serious villain from Zeo, a serious villain from Wild Force, serious villain from, you know, all these different ones. And so we just
maybe we could have, you know, when we had 20 episodes, you know, right?
Yeah. It's just for what's supposed to be a culmination of all of this, like, Power Rangers shit. Doesn't actually feel like it culminated that much in terms of, at least on, even from the Power Ranger side, because all we get is Billy and Mick and fucking Heckle. One of which never
What do you mean? These fan favorite characters, you know, right?
I mean, this goes back to.
We also got. Hold on, don't forget. We also got. What's the general's name from? Was it?
Oh,
General
right,
Shaw?
Beast. Oh yeah, whatever the fuck. Yeah, for people who watched Beast Morphers like freaks.
Yeah, General Shaw. You know, she's back too, right? The general, not any Rangers from the show. You know, just the general, right?
It's just so weird. There's so many strange. I feel like I keep saying it, but it's just like like trying to make sense of this in the idea of like, okay, yeah, the Rangers did. This was the final send off. But did we actually send anything off? Because we didn't actually get, like, a real, I guess, closing note to, like, anything that was started. It just happened to... If Zed was taken out of this would have been the exact same show and would have been less referential. Like, it would have been just accidentally some references of other Rangers coming in. That's it. Like, the only reason this can be counted as the, like, well, the big send-off and the final thing is because they're beating Zed again.
Right. Yeah. It's so perplexing, right? The behind the scenes of, like, right? Because I believe they said that they didn't know they were getting a third season, right?
Yeah, they definitely thought that was... I mean, you could tell by the way Dino Fury ended, right? That was, like... They tacked that, like... Zato coming back scene on at the fucking end.
Yeah, that was 100% a reshot scene, you know, right?
Yeah.
They definitely had another scene filming before the Hasbro. Like, oh, no, hold on. Wait, you guys get another one, you know? Hey, there you go. Right? You guys get another season. All right, quickly film this scene with Zato, you know? Get everyone back on their off day to come in, right? To quickly film the scene, you know? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like, it's like I said, we've been saying the word strange a lot. That's just what this season is, right? Like a lot of stuff just happens, you know?
Yeah. It's... Yeah,
when you're trying to wrap up an essay that you really enjoyed writing, but you just kind of are still trailing on about the things that are happening.
Yeah, it definitely feels like... It's that thing in an essay where you have a bunch of ideas, but you don't know how to, like, write sentences that, like... Write it in a way that, like,
or just pick the main ideas.
Yeah,
like
you keep losing. Like, you keep talking about a bunch of ideas, but there's no connective tissue between those ideas in your writing.
And by the conclusion, you're still just rambling about shit.
Yeah, I mean, literally, with our last episode being called, what is it, The End? Yeah, it's just the end. I mean, that is the story writing title, like, writing equivalent of, in conclusion, I have finished my essay now, and this is my concluding sentence.
But the conclusion is just a lot of rambling about the same shit that you've been talking about.
Oh,
for the
100%.
past, like, 3 pages.
Right. It's
that's what it is. It's
and
not
also
proper ending.
Even for even for Dino Fury, which, I mean, Cosmic Fury, let's be real, they borrowed the same fucking helmets because they couldn't... Oh, God, we'll talk about the suits. But, like, this is really just Dino Fury 2, right? Not Season 2, but Dino Fury 2. And it's like, but they didn't have the courage to say Dino Mega Fury like they did, or Mega...
Dino 2 Fury?
Or Super Dino Fury. Yeah.
Oh, if it was Dino... No, it's Dino Fast. To go with Dino Fury. But, like, if even there is some good stuff that happens, at least in terms of payoff, I guess, for Dino Fury lore. At least, like, okay, Fern gets to become a ranger. Tariq, the fuck, you know, his new slug daughter is born. Never turns back into Void Knight. Never gets to morph again. Feels a little bit of a bitch, but okay.
Well, Void Knight was evil.
Yeah, and also, and the suit was expensive. But like...
Tell that to 8-year-old Timmy.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's... You know, they did some things for that, but I just feel like...
For an overall franchise, this was a bad ending.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going back to, like, connecting the bad guys and the Rangers... In terms of giving, like, connective tissue, Ollie as a Dark Ranger, having him be turned evil in the first fucking episode, and then he is sidelined for the entire rest of the series for...
the actor was busy, you know? He couldn't be there every day on set.
Busy doing what?
Chance Perez has a whole goddamn daughter. What the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is...
I don't know.
Whatever the fuck doing.
According to the production mode, was it
Kai Moya?
Yeah, right. Was just busy during the whole production cycle, and that's why he was never in that. That's why he was in such.
Do you think he was busy trying to playing the regional circuit and trying to get his invite to Nats? Like he's like, oh, I got some Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments coming up. I can't.
Oh,
They went, Yu-Gi-Oh, you should be playing Magic the Gathering. He said, oh, but I like the cards better. The art's better. Oh, the rarities are more fun.
Yu-Gi-Oh competition.
Can I? Let's see. Does this? Can I see what his other project?
Within reason, there's a dress code.
I mean, I'm sure that I could show up in a bikini top and short shorts.
You can't be obscene.
Can you be a Power Ranger?
People have dressed up in some pretty. I mean, there's been some people that have dressed up in. I mean, straight up look like they walked out of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Not like as a cosplayed character, they look like they are living their OC life.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I dress all in a color scheme, and I go, why didn't I play better? If I had just played better, I wouldn't be playing against these freaks.
As the song lyric says, it's not my fault. Bikini top and booty shorts make it core.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I don't think I can show up in that, can I?
No, but I mean,
like
people show up in weird outfits all the time. Power Rangers would probably not be the craziest thing. The problem would be more of if you wore spandex without a dancer's belt to cover up your cock. Then they'd probably be like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't have a cock.
Also, you probably wouldn't be allowed to wear a helmet, like a whole ass Power Ranger helmet, because of like a face wear thing.
If I had a motorcycle, I would have a Power Rangers helmet for it.
That would be, well, that probably, I don't know if that would actually protect your head that much.
Well, not literally a Power Rangers helmet, but like a motorcycle helmet.
That looks like
a Power Rangers helmet. And then for, the girl on the back of my bike, get either pink or yellow.
I think the girl on the back of the bike should have an Alpha helmet. Where's Alpha in all this? What?
Yeah, because that's
not. No, I want to point out, we get Billy, right? And I get that the implication is that Billy's off doing his own shit looking for Zora, and that's how he stumbled onto the Rangers at the beginning.
And Alpha's doing it still, while Billy's doing this.
But everybody gets sidetracked by Ollie turning into a Dark Ranger. I feel like Billy looking for Zora probably could have helped this situation with Zed. And then we don't get any Alpha? We don't get no Alpha?
Probably still looking for Zordon while Billy's doing this.
Alpha's got better things to do than look for Zordon for Billy. He's got to hang out with the people and go, ay. Or if he's Alpha
no, he's just 6
or 5, he can diss all the Rangers and say that they're whack-ass turkeys.
You know what it is? Just trying to find the Zorbium.
Oh, we can't bring up Zorbium in this.
Don't touch it, you'll die.
Yeah.
Do not touch it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the villains are so weak that they had to take fucking Ollie as off the squad and put all the masters in a big ass cum jar at the beginning. It's really fucking stupid.
Look, you gotta write out the god entity somehow. You know,
you gotta write out the god entity and create
these fifth dimensional beings. You know, right? You gotta get them. You gotta get them out of the story. If you put God in your story, that God will be too powerful, and you gotta write God out. You know.
I will say, I just realized with the when Ollie is turned into a Dark Ranger, it's great because I can truly say that just like like I joked about all throughout Dino Fury, the real villains of this entire team have been the Rangers themselves between each other. Mostly Ollie being an asshole. And now he's actively, intentionally the worst character.
And Olivia still maintains her fucking relationship with him.
Somehow Amelia still wants to fuck him, still wants to give him slug babies. I
don't know about that.
Well,
but
I'm just saying that it's so funny that even in the final hour of this, one of the biggest conflicts that they have to deal with for this entire show is one of their own teammates, which is just
for like
90% of the show, because he's turned it. I went back to it. He is turned evil at 10 minutes into episode 1, right?
Yeah,
less than that.
Good until the end.
Until the very end. Until
literally the end.
Yeah. And so yeah, episode 9.
Now that I think of it, the fact that they actually have a cosmic fury suit for him was actually crazy. You know, right? They did not have to make him a cosmic fury. They could have just taken the armor off from the fucking shadow outfit, whatever he has. I think they should have just kept it, but they changed his belt, right? Because when he had this evil suit, right? They changed his belt to the squid logo, right?
Oh yeah. But I mean, here's the funny thing, right? So, but it's not. I mean this was the guy. The blue guy gets fucked. Oh no, this is the blue guy that fucking Ollie shoots through the stomach, and that was savage as shit. But, like, it was 90% of a... I mean, it was 90% of a suit on its own. And they just fucking, like... they didn't give it back the way that it was. And also, they put way more... I mean, look, it looks cheap, right? We all looked at the flopping, like, shoulder pieces, and they were all over the place. But it had more.
That's common now, you know, right?
It had more like design care, like creativity put into it than all of the Ranger suits.
By a lot.
Yeah, like I feel like.
But I think they were like, he's evil, he's fancy now.
Yeah,
we're good. We don't care about how we look.
Yeah, we gotta make something more menacing to show that he's a big boss on the villain side. But I just don't. I don't know what. Why did they? They just took that like they already had a shortened episode count. They already sidelined the main villain, the referential like OG villain for these new guys. And then they threw in the factor of Ollie is evil. And
they did too much.
They did too much in a very short amount of time. And I want to say that if they actually had 22 episodes this time, maybe the third time's the charm. But they've had 22 episodes before, and they have fucked it up.
Just use the essay comparison again. It's like
maybe they had 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe Ollie's actor would have been busy during that period, you know, right? Then they could have had him on screen. Right.
Yeah.
Because of that.
But yeah, we get instead we get Fern joining as an Orange Ranger, and her and Izzy's relationship turns toxic for like 40-50% of this show.
40.
They, you know, I don't know what else to say. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. They fucked up, man. We got the Q Rangers Zords, but no Q Ranger suits because I guess we get footage and
They played it like they had more than they did.
Yeah, like they really tried to make
Everything.
They tried to make the most out of what little they had, and instead they made like a 200%
Right?
concentrate
It's really
juice.
jarring, right? Like it reached the point where like they did not need to use the Zord footage whatsoever. You know,
Right.
if you think about it, right? Right? Because they already committed. Like, yeah, no, hey, look, we're gonna save time and money this season, right? By not using. I don't know how saving time and money when you have to film your own fight sequence with and everything
Also
works, right?
Considering the fact that the final Zord fight of this series, and also in Once and Always the way that they did it, was just making a CGI fight of the Zord.
Right.
And in this one
was
was
CGI. They actually, right? They didn't even. That wasn't even Toei's footage.
Oh, was that?
Right?
I know that wasn't Toei footage, but like, was that from the North Korean animators that got ousted? And people were saying that there was a bunch of North Korean animators. Were they on the laptops? Do they have all the stills?
It's real jar, right? Like, I don't know why they just don't even decide to go with Q Ranger at this, right? Like, they could have skipped Q Ranger, right? Because So Cosmic Fury would have been in production since 2011, 22, right?
Cosmic Fury?
Yeah. If it came out
I think it went into production. Yeah, because it ended in Dino Fury ended in 2022. Right, early 2022. So it must have been in production then.
Yeah, hold on.
But,
can I get let's see. Where's the fucking quickly go to Wikipedia list of Sentai season, right? Let's see. So between all the other seasons that they skipped, right? They still got
between Q Ranger and
I guess
Ryu's
they did not. I guess they did not want to use the train footage, and they didn't want to use.
They could have used the train one. I still think trains are cool. Kids like trains.
Or use the animal footage, the animal season footage, right?
Nope.
You know, like they decided to use Q Ranger out of everything, as their footage. Like it reached a point where the Sentai footage was extremely irrelevant, right? Like the Sentai footage was literally just used as a transition piece more than anything, you know?
Yeah,
right?
and it's funny because. Especially because they showed in Once and Always that they are more than willing to make this CGI thing. And they show again at the end that they're going to do it, like they chose to do that again. Which, in terms of like being able to license the like Zord suits out and all of that, I get it, right? You can't. But like if you were gonna CGI them anyway, why not just CGI the original Megazord or the Samurai Zord, and have Billy come in and be like, "Oh, your Zord's got destroyed. Don't worry, I'll call mine, and you can use like my teams, and have it be like that." Sure, but instead,
sorry, it just kind of feels like too many people had too many different ideas on how Power Rangers should end, and we tried to do that by like somewhat compensating for everyone's opinion, and we just got a mess.
Well, yeah, I think it's more that like people had a bunch of ideas and then they realized they didn't have enough time to put all of them in, and then they just gave up on it and realized that they were also out of time, like to make that decision. Now they had less episodes and less time to produce it.
At some point, there was too many cooks in the kitchen. They're like, boy,
and so at some point, this meal has to go out to the
three guys. Why do we have three guys at the soup station? You know,
and at some point, this soup has to get to the table, and the soup came out as just like, so we've given you tomato soup. Oh, okay. What? I didn't ask for tomato. I asked for ramen. Tomato soup.
With noodles.
Yeah.
And
these are
some chicken bits.
And
okay,
and some chicken.
Okay, that's definitely that chicken's definitely still there's bleeding.
With chicken.
I can still see that's raw. That's not ramen. That's actually
egg.
no, that's a loose unboiled egg, just floating in my ramen. I don't.
There's a whole bunch of ideas that got half-baked.
Yeah.
It feels like everyone wanted to put in what their favorite cookie was, and then we decided to try to make all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, we tried to make a peanut butter chocolate chip oatmeal raisin cookie, and
with
it did not go well.
with also M&Ms and also ginger.
Kind of just looks like the cookies at the beginning, because there were sprinkles on some, like, fucking confusing ass cookies.
This is starting to sound terrible.
Yeah, hey, so is this fucking season. Hey, remember when they were on a alien planet for, like, more than half of the season?
Boy,
because
they spent so much time there was crazy, right?
It was episodes 2 through 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So half of the episodes of this season were spent on a random planet that they just kind of made a thing, which, I mean, at that point you don't even need to...
There was an episode where don't forget they went to the forest planet, you know.
Yep.
You're right. They left from their planet to the forest planet, then back to that other planet. Yeah, there's a bunch of hands.
Should they have just stayed at the forest planet at that point? You know, the planet with what I assume is nutrients. You know,
it has. I mean, it has a living planet that can help defend them or something.
The planet wants to eat everyone.
But they got chill with it later.
And there were buildings at some point.
There was some. I mean, you can imagine that there must have been some idea to initially make that a longer thing where they have to actually, like, I think I said this at the time, but, like, they have to go into the city and find a guide, and, like, that's a whole thing. But, like...
Brainstorm, everyone has an idea. We try to incorporate everyone's idea, but then we realize we have 5 minutes, so we have to start narrowing down the ideas, and we go, okay, fuck your idea, fuck your idea, fuck your idea. We'll keep that. That one's fine. Overall, can just guess this, okay? And now we have a clusterfuck.
Remember the musical episode?
Yes.
Remember when they...
I was going to say that should be the random one we should have in the background.
I mean, that was a truly... I mean, talk about one where it's like, we need to make an excuse for... Again, they're still trapped on this sand planet, but... hey, how can we need more Zords because we're out of they found a Zord, but we're not going to give it to Ollie to have him have some kind of evil Zord for him to fight against us with, a la, Tommy and the Dragon Zord. No, even though it is a literal Dragon Zord.
Mm-hmm. But it's purple.
But it's a purple...
Like Barney.
Well, but it's...
Oh, wait, no.
It's...
No, Barney's a dinosaur.
But it's an Asian dragon, like the Chinese government. Ooh.
They're not purple.
But the dragon is like the Chinese dragon. It's the year of the dragon! Oh, that's why! They were prepping for that!
Wait, so Barney's taking over the Chinese government?
I guess. I don't know.
Purple dinosaur from our imagination.
They for whatever reason, they were like, we need to have an episode where like music is played and is the like whole central focus of the episode as we do an espionage thing. Okay, sure, guys.
Fun.
It was some of the most fun that they've had with it.
There's a reason there's always a musical number in like kids movies and shit. It's because you need some form of thing to be fun.
No, it's because Chance Perez can sing and play music, and they were like, we need to use this.
One of these things is a lot like the other. But also, we destroyed a pancake pan.
Yeah.
Actually, that's just
well, speaking of Chance Perez, hey, remember when Javi lost an arm? It got fully blasted off by lightning. I don't know.
Got replaced,
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's how lightning strikes work. I know that you get burnt real bad.
It was a magic rock. I don't think lightning works how lightning's supposed to work.
I think the lightning only cut off his arm. You know.
I've never known. I've seen people who have survived lightning strikes. I mean,
but have you seen a cybernetic raptor? Right.
That's true. I haven't.
Solanosaurus?
No, I've never seen a Solanosaurus, but I'm not a paleontologist. I just play one on TV.
No, I think that's Claire.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least they handle Ollie's. I mean, not Ollie. Javi's arc better, right?
Yeah, I mean, he goes through an actual emotional,
it also felt very fast, but hey,
yeah.
He got used. he realized, hey, look, I have a robot arm now, and this is like the coolest thing.
Yeah, actually, this
to me.
robot arm is way cooler than my boring ass human arm was.
Yeah,
His idea
look,
was,
yeah,
hey.
yeah. Human flesh is weakness. It turns out, you know.
I want the
right?
Neuralink now. Beam me up, Elon.
That's right. Look, just get rid of my. Just put my mind into the cybernetic body already, you know. Right?
Yeah.
I will become Mecha Hobby, you know, right?
Somebody's
It's so
idea
funny.
was just, hey, somebody should lose a body part because it will be emotional and detrimental.
Yeah.
And then we went, how do we fit that into the fucking 10 episodes we have?
Well, we just have
Do it real fast.
Javi
I mean,
clearly would be the most sensible one to grab.
Right?
Yeah.
And character conflicts are resolved real fast in this show.
Yeah.
You know, right? Not counting the Ollie bit, you know, like, hey, look, that's the whole fucking. I don't know why we spent the entire season being dedicated to him. Real fucking weird, you know, right? But everyone else just drama stuff, right? Gets resolved real quickly, you know, right?
Well, it gets resolved.
Right? Javi's arm.
It gets
2
resolved
episodes,
and
right?
brought up, and then like seems that it's done, and then it comes back again to remind you that it gets. They have stuff come up. It gets resolved quickly if you think about the amount of time that they spend actually addressing those problems.
I feel like they gave everyone an issue, but Ion's was really, 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 really simple.
It was my best friend's dying, and he
Yeah.
won't tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everyone else is like, hey, having issues with my girlfriend because also queer in relationships. Hey, I lost an arm. Hey, my boyfriend's fucking dark side now.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, my best friend won't tell me things.
He keeps disappearing on us, and he doesn't want to hang out. And then also now he's probably dying. And
Hey, everyone has an issue.
Yeah.
That we all just fucking steamroll through, but
Yeah, a lot of these dramas that the show introduced outright gets resolved real fast, right? If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Look, it might have something to do with the 10 episode count because according to the production, though, right? Like the whole Izzy and Fervich was supposed to be way longer, and but they're like, nah, we don't got time for that.
But also when you-
make those gays kiss and make up, you know?
yeah, except
right?
they
This
won't
is what
actually get to
Hasbro's-
kiss.
Yeah, that's what Hasbro said. Make them
On the
kiss and make
mouth.
up, but don't actually let them kiss.
Which
You
one?
know, the parents groups don't want to see that. You know, right?
I love how everything.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it is really funny because for a season that was touted, I mean, the whole Furyverse, Dino and Cosmic. The people that liked it, who I'm not going to take the time really right now to just completely shit down their throats, even though I really
it's
want
not
to.
necessary.
Look,
It's a paragraph of the essay you don't
they're,
need to include.
they're
right now.
living. I don't need to include a counterpoint to this. Look, they're living simpler, happier lives than me, and that's fine. I'm happy for them that they're living those simpler, happy lives. That being said, this being considered this being considered inclusive or groundbreaking for 1, Izzy and Fern's relationship. Wow, same-sex relationship in Power Rangers.
Straight up gayness.
2,
Homosexual.
fucking Amelia becoming the Red Ranger. Canon. Wow.
The first ever female Red Ranger.
Except if you count those other times.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
Look,
except
it's
if you
like
count
Disney
those other
always
times
says,
when it
you
might have
know.
happened a couple of times.
Yeah. Look, it's the Disney method, you know, right? This is our first gay character in a blank, you know, right?
Yeah.
All right? This is our first female Red Ranger that appeared for more than one episode, you know?
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
There you go.
that appeared for more than one episode, and also was actually recognized by her team as the leader, and also there's so many stipulations to that. Javi 3 being, oh my god, a ranger with a disability. I mean,
Do we know which hand was his dominant hand?
I feel like they joked about
I
it
feel like
being
it's probably supposed to be his right hand, which is why he loses his right arm. But I don't know. No, I was just...
Yeah, I mean, there's something about it. They say something about it when he's like trying to relearn how to play music and shit, and I think it's more of just like him feeling like I can't hold a guitar with one arm. I can't play the guitar with one arm. You know, that whole thing, because that's his like. Even though he plays like 75 different instruments.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Don't forget. Hold on. Also, Halo. This is the only Power Rangers season that makes a statement on trans identity. You know. Don't forget that too.
What?
Right.
Oh, right. The fucking. Oh god, the mucus part. The mucus of it all. 4. Mucus's poor analog of trans identity crisis by being. She's a human, but feels like like she would rather be a monster inside. So that's the same thing as trans identity, which, if you think about it, is actually more problematic because it's saying that the trans identity is the monster form of her rather than the form that she's pretending to be. Or you're saying that she transitioned and then wanted to go back, which I think might actually be more toxic somehow, because then it's saying that trans people make mistakes by transitioning. So, either way, it's not a good parallel to draw there. What?
Your mom told me that about my brother once.
What happened?
Your mom told me that about my brother. She was like,
Oh,
is he
God.
sure? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because I've met people that, like...
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm pretty sure he wants to do what he wants to do. And
Yeah.
that's that. Like,
Yeah.
love you, and...
Yeah. I'm just
young,
saying.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's just one of the. I mean, again, that's my point. Is even if you look at it in a sense, like no matter I really think there's just those two angles to look at that parallel. That if that's what they're going for, and I don't think that they should be going. I don't think that they should. I think they should stay in their fucking lane because I do not think they have the nuance, and writers representation in their team to fucking do this with tact. They should fucking. This is both with Izzy and Fern's relationship, and again, if we're counting Mucus's story as a comment on trans identity, this is
or
the
sexual identification.
This is the complete WASP, whitest, straightest, cisest, person going. This is what I think that a gay relationship would be like. This is what I think that it's like to be trans, right? This is not with any level of it does not seem to show any level of actual understanding or experience with these groups.
Look, let's leave it at much like what literal mucus is fluid. You know.
Mucus is
fucking fluid.
No, mucus is plasma.
Fluid.
The fourth form of matter.
Is mucus plasma? I thought mucus was slime. If anything,
I mean, is slime not plasma? Is lava not the slime of fire? Is lava not the slime of rock? Okay, I'm just saying.
Either way, mucus fluid. Just leave it at that.
The big magma monster in the Power Rangers Turbo movie, that was also fluid. I don't remember, because he's all made out of magma. He's just crusty on the outside. Yeah, exactly. When
they do what they want.
When you're a giant rock creature, you can be whatever the fuck you want, baby.
Who knows if you ever have a fucking gender when you're a rock?
It's definitely. Anyway, yeah, I'm just saying.
Hey, look, if the rock is wearing a bow, it's a girl rock, all right? That's
I mean,
it's not a bow tie.
Just the same. Well, the same way that Squid.
It depends. It's the bow tie on top or below the rock. If it's below, it's a guy. If it's on top, it's a girl. You know.
Now
right?
you're just stereotyping genders
on rocks.
On rocks.
How dare you?
You could wear hair bow if you wanted to.
Oh God. Anyway,
I could wear a bow tie if I wanted to. I have.
God, it's.
I will always scream about queer rights.
Yeah. And this is not. Then yet, this was not the show to defend them.
Oh yeah.
This was not a show doing that defense.
I'm just saying.
This show
is fluid. They do what they want. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Let them be.
Anyway, they fucking.
If their choice of gender is not hurting anyone, doesn't matter.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they tried to do to. I mean, that apparently some people found to be representative. I just don't think that it actually. I don't think it was good. I just don't think it was like adequate. If this is somebody's first dip into the queer pool, this is not the way to do it, you know? But hey, we got Billy back, and Billy didn't get bullied on set, I assume, by all these kids. At least.
And also, don't worry, there's unions now, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, he has that union protection now, right?
Yeah.
That's the Hollywood never are too scared of unions nowadays, you know, right? They can't AI him. They can't AI him away, you know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh fuck. Is there any other bits we have to go over or mention before we wrap this up? Yeah. Look. Right, that is right tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Going back to say, they definitely did have the third series planned, right? Because at the end of this, of Dino Fury, they had to ship everything back to Toei, right? And then was it till afterwards, right? After they shipped everything back, that they got told like, hey, by the way, third season. They're like,
Yeah.
That stuff. Can we call FedEx to cancel the shipment?
Yeah. Can we intercept that package?
Right, and then Toei was like, "No, you can't have any of this stuff back, but we're gonna give you all this stuff. You know,
we can give you all this old shit.
This is all the stuff we're gonna throw away. You guys can figure out what you want to do with this. You know, right? We don't care. We don't care for this garbage. But hey, and going back to why we were saying why Tariq never appeared in the Void Knight suit again. That's just back in Japan. Japan's like, nope. You cannot. We're not shipping that piece of armor to you. You know, right? That was a lot of effort and time. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, should we talk about the suits, if anything?
Right? Dog shit suits.
Yeah, terrible.
Absolutely fucking awful. For whatever reason, that again, I really feel like if they just took the foam muscles, like fake, like abs and pec stuff, and just kept the little like,
boobs, honestly, like.
Well, I mean, the whole, basically.
They filmed the boobs in a not helpful way.
Yeah, the foam torsos the foam torso armor that they put on them was.
Yeah, it was.
If they just kept the part that was like a ring around like the little like the little collar thing, and just did that and found. I mean, again, if you just fit the spandex right, you're not going to get any bulging and whatever. Just do that, because it's not only does it look bad, but for the Rangers that have color separation between their suits and the armor, it doesn't fit them and it looks bad. Like Ion specifically, with the blue parts of his gold suit, you just can't unsee it. You can't ignore it. Like, it's bad. It just looks so fucking awful.
I feel like we couldn't get them to get cut.
A lot of you has made. I also hate the fact that these suits are too monocolor, right? I don't know why there is no break in these suits, right? I mean, there's a break in
except for Ions. Except for Ions, apparently.
Yeah, Ions has a break, but that's mainly from the fact that his real soldier suit where it was blue and green. I don't know
blue and
why.
Gold, yeah.
Right, the reason he had the blue and gold was because he was a Six Ranger, and so they had to make him special in the Sentai. But they're not going by Sentai logic. They had no reason to keep this. They could have just done this for all the other Rangers. I think if the other Rangers had like a second color palette that wasn't this ugly silver chest piece, right?
Right. I would also say, when you look at all these Dark Ranger outfit, if you took, I think the question that they should have asked themselves when designing these suits would be, what would Ollie's suit have looked like if they took the dark aspect, like the Evil Ranger aspects, off of it? Because there is color separation, like more of a color separation between his thing, his red, like the red lightning bolt like motif down there. There's the separation of like
blue
the
and
black and
also silver.
Yeah, there's no
gold.
There's no fitted like muscle suit for him, right? When he's the dark Blue Ranger.
That's because he got like a plate.
Right, but I'm saying that's even if that armor looks bad, like it seems like cheap cosplay paint, it would have been better than what we got for the regular Rangers if that same if you just took that same design aspect, not keep the shoulder, fuck the floppy shoulder pieces, but if you kept all
the shoulder pads, you know.
But if you kept all the other parts of it and just took that same concept of color separation
That's the idea of it.
Right, but I'm just saying, and used it as what it would be for a good Ranger and applied that to all of them, there would have been a much more creative suit there. And instead, even down to the boots, right? Everybody that's like a just single color Ranger, other than Ion, their boots are the same color as their suit. You've given them footy pajamas. That is what you've done. These are not Ranger suits. These are footy pajamas, and they have a fun little vest that they get. They have a life vest put on, basically. That is it. And it's just, they did what they could with what they had, but it still sucks dick. In a bad way.
Yeah, I think they wonder, right, if they could have gotten Toei, right, or the company, I think the company is called PLEX, I believe. It's the company that Toei, right, because Toei doesn't design the suits, right? It's all, right, because the Sentai color reproduction, it's multiple companies, right? So I think the company,
right.
They work with you. I think the main company is called PLEX. I believe that is the main suit design. They design all the monster, all the Sentai suits, right? All the tokusatsu suits in general is what Toei uses, outsources to help create their stuff, right? It just makes me wonder why they could again. It's like they gave a guy who's never seen Power Rangers before, right? It's like, all right, here you go. Hey,
it's like they handed him the helmets and said, "Okay, figure out how to make these helmets make some suits that work with these helmets."
Yeah. Hasbro has only given you $20 and right and 12 minutes, right? That is how much Hasbro has given. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tim Gunn would have destroyed these people.
Tim Gunn has left.
Wow.
He's no longer there.
I'm not a follower of Project Runway. I'm just saying, have the quality of the outfits dropped because Tim Gunn is gone? And also, if Tim Gunn's left, I know a great place that he could have been working at to try and get this shit together.
He's so above that.
They need all the help they can get.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, also, I just want to point out, talking about the costumes are dog shit, but we finally get unique weapons. And they're good. And the section of Ferns, the fucking sand rake for kid toys. But at least it turns into nunchucks. At least it turns into nunchucks. At least it turns into nunchucks. Okay? That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But they got individual weapons, unique weapons, that form together for a combo blaster, a thing that we barely got in the last 44 episodes, because there was just one thing where they realized, oh shit, we've never done that. What if we just all slash at the same time? Okay, fuck you, right? That actually had a surprising amount of care and creativity put into it. And even yet, though, the costumes were just, like, so half-assed. The amount of effort and thought that had to go into these weapons is, honestly, praiseworthy. They did a good job with that. Also, I would say, great for non-conventional weapons. Amelia gets big hammer, right? Javi gets cool jagged axe guitar thing, right? They're not basic, like they didn't just base them off the animals that they had, right? It wasn't just, mastodon axe that just kind of looks like an elephant, sort of. It wasn't like, ooh, like a panther claw or whatever. It was just a bunch of different, like, weapons, with the exception of, I guess, like the Triceratops gun and the fucking, the Moses blaster was just a big sock puppet. And then the back scratcher was just Solon's claw. Okay, so some of them were more creative than others, but
they tried.
They tried. They actually made fucking actual props for this. And then they just fucking ran out of steam on the fucking suits. It's so weird.
This whole
Right,
season just feels like...
I'm really looking at these suits in higher quality, right? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but for Amelia and Fern's suits, right? Because they have skirt pieces, right? All of the Rangers have, like, this weird silver bit that's on their, I think that's their right side,
Yeah.
I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Like these silver bits extended to their skirt. Hey, these silver bits should extend on everyone's suit, right? Below the waist. It adds a little bit more character, you know? Right, instead of these, like I said, I hate the monotone color of these suits. And there's nothing going on with them.
Yeah, it's a baffling. I mean, yeah, even Ion's suit, right? Like, they kept the blue for the sleeves, but they didn't put the blue on the boots. It's just, it's really disappointing, you know? It's just, I've learned to have low expectations with this, especially after watching all the Dino Fury that we did. But loath as I am to say it at this point now, in the time that we watched this, I've also watched Dino Charge.
What was paid, right?
And it was good.
Go back to how it said. Hasbro did not want to pay for this season, or they did not want to pay for more than they wanted to for this season, right? Right, because I think they released like an earnings report last week where Hasbro says that, hey, the Power Rangers IP has failed to meet expectation. Apparently, I think Hasbro actually considers Power Ranger as a failure of an IP that they own, right?
It's a weird thing. That, two colors.
What?
Like,
oh.
Orange and darker orange.
Oh my God! There is. Wait. Oh my God! There is.
Yep.
Holy shit! Fern has two shades of orange.
Like, instead of the silver on her other side, she has a darker orange.
Wait, does Fern have two shades of orange?
If you go to episode 7 when they're all fighting on the planet, the same spot where we were talking about Amelia having her like silver spot
on the other side.
On the other side, there's a patch of like darker orange mixed into her skirt that is not present on literally any other Ranger.
Yeah.
Let's see,
it's
Huh.
It's here. It's at 1650 something in episode 7.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Wow, wait, that is crazy. Well, yeah, she has like a little bit. That's crazy. Yeah, was it?
Yeah, it's it starts under the belt.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, but I think it's just like. Alright, I think it goes back to how Hasbro just like has like no faith in this franchise, this IP that they own, right? Because for what I read, I think Hasbro never wanted to own the Power Rangers IP, and that this was only owned because of David. No, was it David or fuck? What was it? Brian Goldner, right? That this is only more, and that's just like that they only have because of him, that they inherit from him. Right, and our boy Chris Cox, he's like, nah, what the fuck are we doing all this stuff? Yeah, what the fuck is? Oh man, where the fuck are the transform? We can't put. Can Magic come into?
Yeah,
this?
we have to get back to our Transformers X G.I. Joe crossover coming out.
Yeah, we're working on that, you know, right? But yeah, it just like this is like entire project. Like, but the fact that they were able to make, I don't think the season was that bad. Right? I mean, it definitely felt rushed, right? Because, like I said, because of the constraint that they had to do. Because
it was rushed and... It was rushed and, like... It was somehow rushed and half-baked. Like, it's one thing to have a short... Like, everything feel rushed and, like...
You try.
Like, the pacing is off, but, like, there's something complete there, right?
The effort is there.
But this is... It was rushed to the point that things weren't finished cooking, right? Like, this is
right. Like, they had
half-baked.
Concepts, but I felt like they focused a lot of the concept on the wrong thing. Like I said, we did not have to spend half of the season of our heroes, you know, while their home planet and their town were being invaded, and their families and loved ones were put into work camps, you know? Right? Look, while Officer Garcia was being forced to mine, you know, the Ranger was like, hey, can we eat this cactus plant, you know, right?
Yes, you can.
Do you think? I mean, it really was... I mean, it's just like some ideas should have been scrapped, you know? And it just...
But we tried to include everyone.
And they didn't need to. This is one time, you know what, it's true what they say. Inclusivity's killing all of America's good corporations. We need to be...
Are you saying the woke agenda is ruining everything?
The woke agenda is trying to include
too many...
is DEI in effect again?
They're trying to include too many things. They're focusing too much on these slug people.
Power Rangers does not need a female leader, or any LGBT characters or characters who are POC. You know. By the way, hey, that's such a crazy take. I every time I read about Power Rangers, it's how people keep complaining about the woke agenda of Power Rangers.
Yeah. Versus, how it fundamentally started off with, questionable inclusion, but straight up inclusion. Right? They eventually learned their lesson and made the Yellow Ranger black and the Asian, the Yellow Ranger black and the Asian Ranger, the Black Ranger. When Trini and Zach left, and they swapped, and they eventually went, ooh, we kind of fucked, we do see what we did here.
This is a little weird.
And it did take us what, 2 full seasons?
Yeah,
to get there, but they eventually got there and went, okay, cool, we're not gonna, we promise we won't do that again. Next time, Red Ranger, black guy, and we just don't. From now on, Asian girls can never be the Yellow Ranger. They can never.
Man, playing Power Rangers in school, I was lucky if no other girl was playing, because then I could be pink.
Yeah.
If anyone else was playing, any other girl, I had to be yellow.
They literally, they really,
I had to be.
They really fucked a generation of kids with that one.
I tried to fight people on it.
Yeah.
I was like, why can't I be pink?
And it's like, you got to be the Black Ranger. It's fucked up,
Yes, bitches.
But yeah, hey, they tried, they failed, I'd say 95% of the way through, but we got through it. It's the end. It's the end. The end of an era.
They at least were able to wrap up the story that they were trying to tell.
Yeah,
did they wrap it? And look, everyone went to a cool concert afterwards. Right?
They all got to a cool concert and did.
They said, hey, they told him to go back to his dimension, right? We don't want people from your dimension in our concerts, right? Yeah. And should they have invited? Fuck, what was the Yellow Ranger in what was Tree's?
Oh shit. Min. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Boy, we're going to extremely stereotypical terror. Let's quickly fact check this. Right?
I'm pretty sure we're right. I don't think
I'm pretty sure it's Min with an H on the end.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's still clearly because Hey, look.
Hey, should Billy invited his
adopted orphaned daughter niece? Yeah.
Right to this cool concert after saving the planet. It's like she got teenage stuff to do at home, Girls don't.
She doesn't want to hang out with all these teenagers. There's no reason this teenager want to hang out with teenagers.
Why would this teenage girl want to go see Chaz Perez? Right?
Yeah.
Teenage girls don't want to go.
Would you like to hang out with kids your own age, or would you like to keep hanging out with the ornery little robot man played by Invader Zim?
Right, and then hey, but don't worry. Hey, look. Meanwhile, Zeno watches this from his 5th dimensional plane.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he goes, I guess I can die happy in this big dumb master suit. God, I talk about a thing that I fucking hated. Zeto's head being in the fucking master suit where it just doesn't fit his body is just so fucking annoying. But anyway, just like it started, it ends with a fucking freeze frame. Cool, awesome. Do 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 do, and then a bunch of weird kids laughing around a globe. Thanks, Saban, you did it.
Okay. But hey, do we want to give this season a final rating? I think, did we? I don't remember we gave it a rating when we did finish the
I'm pretty sure
the
we
episode.
I'm pretty sure we reviewed the old
a solid
seasons.
D.
This is a D, but in America, like Montgomery County like teaching systems where a D counts as passing.
Yeah.
And you can't you didn't fail outright, but you really didn't do good, and this is not gonna work for your you get to go to the next class, but you're gonna fuck up on the next class, and that's basically what they did the entire way through this.
It's not a D-, it's not a D+, it's just a D.
Actually, seeing as this is the end of the series and they only got 10 episodes out of this, no, they might have actually failed. This might actually be a full-on E. They might have gotten a fucking E. They just
D- is
Hey,
failing.
look! It's clear that they definitely super speed ran this entire show, you know. But but that's the thing. Like, how much of a speed run? 80% good was it? Right? Probably I give it a D+. You know, right? Could they have done a bunch of different stuff better? Yeah, sure. You can say about anything in retrospect after you finish watching. But they definitely had a lot of stuff they had were the behind, and the fact that they were able to make this show to begin with.
Yeah, right? I'll give it to them for the challenges that the uphill challenges that they were given that weren't of any fault of their own.
Right.
We can grade this on a curve.
It was just hard to find 2 more people, right, to be Rangers, and so then they could have used the Q Rangers. Yeah, I like to imagine that was my happy behind production. You know, they only got to 10 Rangers with Fern, Billy,
with the 6 main
Nick.
Rangers, and then the other 3 Rangers that got us to 9. They could have given.
And then Fern.
Oh yeah, Fern made 7.
So Fern, Billy,
so that's 10.
Nick, and Heckle. Right, yeah. Right, they only got to 10, they're like, fuck. We don't have
they could have given one to Tariq. Boy, if they made Pop-Up a Ranger, I would have laughed my ass off. But they could have given one to Tariq. They could have given one to Solon. Fuck, I don't know, man.
It was rough, you know, right? They got, that's how far they got before they gave up. And then they was, alright, we can't use the Q Ranger suits anymore. Let's work on this, you know. Hey, you know what? That's the thing. I'm really glad they did not use the Q Ranger suits, right? Because I keep repeating how much I hate Q Ranger as a season, but man, hey, look, the Q Ranger suits are interesting in principle, but just terrible when you look at it. Everything about those suits, I just fucking hate. I just hate the Q Ranger suits. All right.
Yeah.
Now, along with how much I just hate Q Ranger in general, you know, right? You know, hey, look, no Q Ranger, right? Outside of
just Cosmic Fury.
But yeah, all right. So like I said, D. I give the season just a D+.
I'll give it.
You know,
if a D- counts as failing, I'll give it the D-. So it goes D+, D, D-, which I think averages out somehow. Does my D- negate his D+? I don't know.
No, it depends on the number, because I'm giving it like a 62.
Oh god, are we doing full numbers?
62.5,
oh boy.
Which is a D, solid D.
I think I'm going for. If I had to
add all these in,
see, mine would be a 59. They got a 59. That counts as a D-, right?
So that's 57.
Anyway, I'm ending this how it started.
63,
perfect faces.
All right,
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Just.
Oh. All right. There we go. All right. Hey, look. There's supposed to be a reboot. They've been saying there's gonna be a Power Rangers reboot
like
for
this?
the last 3 years, right? And nothing still has come out of that, right? So I don't think there's even gonna be a Power Rangers reboot.
I mean, I'm looking at the reboot I want right now.
Someday,
Right.
somehow, maybe.
Look out for Cheeks Rangers in 2032.
All right, is that it? All right, are we done with?
We're free.
Done with this,
we're free.
Yeah, we're
I
free.
think that's it.
Oh boy, hey.
Just like dinosaurs, it's history.
Hey.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, the good thing about not recording these or at least in super advanced, you know, to put on an infinite backlog, I can plan these out. Hey, Tariq, hey, don't worry. At least next time, Tariq, we'll be outside, you know, right?
Yeah, it'll be the third singularity that we'll have to go back to.
All right. That's this video.
We're free!
We did it, Alex.
After 10,000 years, we're finally free!
Okay, thanks. Bye.